How you doing? Hey, I just wanted to hop on here for a second. Um, Had a conversation with somebody today that I really want to express a couple of things. Like, look, I have um, obviously gotten some attention on social media. And I want to, hey, Anna, how are you? Tammy, Philippi, how are you? Oh my gosh, there's some really cool people in here. So I wanted to just, let me see if I can get this open on my iPad here. There we go. People in here. So I have Ron Suzuki, Renee Hahn. Hey, Tammy, it's good to see you. So listen, I have, man, I've got a bunch of celebrities that follow me well, that I'm friends with on Facebook. I'm on Twitter, on LinkedIn. Brian Tracy and Grant Cardone, and I was talking to a buddy of mine, and my new book is coming out October 6th. If you haven't seen my post on Facebook, then it's on there. But so I have this book coming out, and I was talking to a friend of mine who's a best-selling author, and he says, maybe get a couple of people that want to help you promote it. And I said, dude, I'm Katie Shane. Oh my gosh, look at all the people in here. Thank you for jumping in, by the way. Anybody that shares this, I genuinely appreciate it. So, and I love hearts. Like, I don't see any of those, but I'm not looking really. But anyway, so I was telling him, I said, I've bought a bunch of Grant Cardone's books. I bought a bunch of Gary Vee's books, and actually Gary Vee was doing a thing. So like, I bought, like, I don't know, 10 of Gary Vee's newest books, and he and I had a conversation on his live stream a couple of different times, and he followed me on Twitter. And then Sean Hannity from Fox News followed me on Twitter. And my buddy's like, no way, man. I said, yeah, dude, those people follow me. So, look, I have a little bit of, there's people out there that hit me up all the time on Facebook and on Messenger, and I barely know them, and they want to hit me up, and they want to ask me to, check out their video. Like, hey, can I send you a video to check out? And I'm like, I know what that means, and honestly, I don't even know you. And, well, this could be the greatest opportunity of your life you're turning down. And I said, well, then, I guess I'm going to have to live with that. So, listen, there's a way to go about getting attention on social media, and it's not coming at somebody at 1,000,000 miles an hour and blasting them in the face and saying, check out my video and let me send you a message until you vomit. On your instant messenger or Facebook Messenger, and that's not how it's done. So I want to give a little tip on how I got attention from, and I mean, became buddies with, and made him a client, and I've worked on his website and all kinds of stuff. Grant Cardone, worked on his stuff. I was a client of his. He was a client of mine. I got Gary Vee followed me. Sean Hannity from Fox News followed me. And the way that you do it without seeming like you're a stalker, although, Grant does say that, hey, if it works, it's not stalking. But, like, you've got to, hey, there's Tiffany. Tiffany, how are you? So, am I just not getting hearts tonight? Is that it? So, or maybe I am and I just don't see it. I don't know. But you know, the way that I did it with Gary Vee is I bought a bunch of books. I don't even remember how many, 10 or 20 books. And I told him on his live stream, I said, hey, I want to buy a bunch of your books to give away, which I did. Tiffany, she was typing. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for anybody who shared this as well. So remember that, you know, you can get attention from just about anybody. As a matter of fact, I'll show you. I'll show you an example of something I did. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen with you right there. Now you should be able to see my screen. But that is, if you read it right here, it says Mark Cuban retweeted you. So Mark Cuban retweeted this because I read his book and it was really, really awesome. And I said, hey, if you haven't read this book by @mcuban, which is his Twitter handle, and I looked it up first to make sure I was tagging the right guy. Get it now. Wow, just finished it. It was a really, really good book. Well, Mark Cuban retweeted this, and I snagged a screenshot of it after he retweeted it. So, you know, look, it is unbelievably important to flow, and Grant talks about this a lot. Flow power to other people, especially influencers. You know, I talked to a gentleman today on Facebook Messenger, and I said, let me give you a free tip, man. He does a lot of in-home selling, and I said, Adam Webster, hey, Indri Laska, my buddy, how you doing? How you guys doing? So I said, let me give you a tip. I go through your Facebook page, and it's all about you. Everything's about you and what you want to do to, you know, blow up and blah, 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 blah. Have you ever considered, you know, like with your clients, he does, like I said, he does a lot of in-home selling. Why not take, like, while you're sitting there, send your client a friend request on Facebook and tell them, hey, I want to be friends on Facebook. Send them a friend request while you're sitting with them. And then after you're done, like, or at some point say, hey, can we do a little quick video or a selfie or something and post it on Facebook so I can tag you? And I want to tell everybody about how great you are. Not about how great I am, how great you are. So like when I bought 10 or 20 books of Gary Vee's and told him it's because I appreciate his the way he writes and the way that he you know, helps people and teaches people, and I bought a bunch of his books. Well, you know, guess what? Hey, Chuck Studebaker, how are you, brother? So, you know, guess what? He followed me on Twitter, and I've had conversations with him as a result of that. Bob Burg is the author of The Go-Giver, which is an international bestseller, and the guy is phenomenal. He became a client of mine. He's a friend of mine. I tagged him on that post I put out yesterday about my book. And Bob Burg, who's an international best-selling author, he commented on the post. Go look at it. Bob's an amazing human being. Amazing. So I've bought many, many, many copies of The Go-Giver. It's a little book. It's a great book, actually. Anybody alive or in sales should read it. Thank you, Adam. You rock, bro. You rock, brother. So I appreciate that. I'm proud of it, man. It only took me, let's see, I'm 49. Took me a while to finally, I don't even know what, work up the courage to say, okay, I got something to say. But, you know, Bob Burg, who's an international best-selling author, he commented on the post yesterday. Grant Cardone, who's an international best-selling author of multiple books, you know, done $500 million or $750 million worth of business. The guy liked my post, and then on his live stream yesterday, he congratulated me for it and wished me success with it. So, you know, and I took a screen cap of that and posted it. So, you know, look, the way to get attention on social media is not to vomit all over everybody all the time. It's flow power to other people. And I'm not saying in a manipulative way, not in a manipulative way, but eventually if you flow enough power to other people, if you flow enough power to other people, Deb Ballinger, hey. And so if you flow enough power to people, you're going to get attention. If I go through, let me show you something else here. Hang on. If I go through and I show you I'm going to share my screen again. Right here. And I show you, like, there's my Twitter account. I can prove it. I can click that. That's me, Real Ken Walls. And if you look here, it says Gary V. Gary Vaynerchuk. He's got the blue check mark. It's verified. It's really him. And it says follows you. That means Gary V. indeed follows me. If I go look up Sean Hannity with the blue check mark from Fox News, the #1 highest paid anchor at Fox News, follows me. He follows me. I go look up Grant Cardone. Says right there you follow each other, but I'll go to his account. He follows me. And why is that? It's because I bust my butt to provide value to people. I flow power to other people. I'm a giver. You know, Bob Berg said to me one time, he said, dude, you are, thank you, Greg. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Bob Berg said to me one time, he said, Ken, you are the epitome of what I wrote about in The Go-Giver. He said that to me on a phone call, because I can call Bob. Like, he's a friend of mine, and he's a friend of mine on Facebook. And so, like, dude, what? Like, listen, like 3.5 years ago, I mean, I look, I got sober 15 years ago, and I couldn't find my ass with both hands and a flashlight. I didn't know which way was up. I did not know which way was up. I was lost. But let me tell you something. When I started getting into reading the 10X rule and sell or be sold, and really applying some of the principles I learned from that and from the Go-Giver, and I started flowing power to other people. I put a guy on an airplane one time and flew a box of cigars. Oh, Greg, you rock, bro. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Value in content. Chuck Studebaker. Let me give you an example. That guy right there has tweeted me. He's tweeted, and look, I'm going to share that with you. Why not? Let's just share my screen again. I want to show you something. This guy, Chuck Studebaker, this guy right here, Chuck the Great. Love that. Every single solitary day, he puts a quote out, and he tags Grant Cardone, Nikita Koloff, Real Diamond Dallas Page, who, by the way, hasn't followed me yet. What's that all about, Chuck? Come on. Jason Alt, what's up, my brother? What's going on, dude? So, like, but look, every single solitary day, he tags me. Every single day. And it's been well over a year, maybe 2. I don't even know. But that's called flowing power. Like, Chuck is a good guy. When I was in Las Vegas, he stopped by the office and got a tour of the facilities, and such a good dude. I'd never met him in person. That was the very first time I ever met him. Chuck, I assume that when I'm speaking on that stage in Atlanta in November at that conference, I hope you're going to be there, man. I'd love to see you there. But, you know, like, look, you've got to learn that if you want attention from people that can change your life, and I promise you, Bob Berg, Grant Cardone, Gary Vaynerchuk, all of these people that I've been connected to, they have literally changed my life. because you know you're the what's the old saying? You're the sum total of the closest 5 people you hang out with, or however that saying goes. I'm not good at regurgitating sayings, but you know, I think we all understand the essence of it. And the essence is, you know, Matt Monero, I put a guy on an airplane one time and flew him to Dallas to meet Matt for me. I was busy and couldn't go, and delivered him a box of very, very expensive cigars. And you know, Matt and I have become friends. He's a great guy. Grant Cardone, I put my assistant on a plane because I wanted Grant's attention. I put her on a plane. First, I had a client of mine custom make some bottles of wine with a private label on it with Grant and his family on there. And I put her on the plane, and I flew her down, and she met Grant and Elena in the lobby of their building and hand delivered it. And Grant called me that day. And it was shortly thereafter, after a few conference calls with him and Jared and Sherry, that you know, Grant became a client of mine. And then John Hamlin. John Hamlin's one of Grant's best friends. John was like so busy moving his office, building out this new office that he's still working on. And, you know, I told him over and over and over, I want you as a client. I want you as a client. And I had to keep going. I had to keep going. I had to keep saying, you know, I'm going to get John as a client. I just had to get creative. I'm a member of Sendout Cards. I'm a distributor with Sendout Cards. The CEO of Sendout Cards is a huge MLM company too. And John is the real deal, man. I love that dude. Love him like a brother. I was just going through some pictures looking for that retweet that Mark Cuban did, and found some of John and I when I was in his office, because it's a long story I'm not going to tell right now. But my point is you can get attention from just about anybody. You can get attention from just about anybody, but you have to learn to flow power to them first. Flow power to them, help them. You know, what's Grant Cardone's number one goal? His number one goal is that he wants 7.5 billion people on this planet to know who he is, right? Because it gives him a chance to help that many more people. So, hey, Greg Crane, good to see you, brother. I appreciate Greg. He's awesome, man. And see, I know some of these people coming in here. I know a lot of them because a lot of them are always sharing up and showing up here and on my streams. I absolutely am. I just love that. So I'm going to a book study. Greg, have fun at your book study, brother. Have fun, man. Hope you learn a lot. So listen. If you flow power to people that can change your life, and you do it enough, don't just do it one time and think that that's the end of it. Okay, you got to constantly flow power to other people. Constantly put stuff out, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn. Go to LinkedIn. I mean, you can access, literally, there's nobody that you can't access. You can access the President of the United States right now. You can get to him through Twitter, and you could go in, and if you want to get his attention and you want business from him or you want whatever, I realize that it's a big, big world out there. I get that. I completely understand that. But like you have to, like, you literally have to flow power. Sorry, I'm closing down that window. You have to learn to flow power to other people if you want their attention. You got to help them. You got to help them. If I know that Gary Vaynerchuk's releasing a new book, which is what I did when I got his book, it's called the Ask Gary V. When I knew when his book was coming out, he was doing a bunch of live streams talking about it, and he ran. I forget what the promo was, but excuse me. I think it was an opportunity to meet with him or something in New York. But if you bought like at least 10 or 20 books or something like that, you got entered into the drawing or something. And so I did. I bought like 10 or 20 of them. I forget what it was, but it was a bunch of them to give away. And I said that on his stream. I said, dude, I just bought whatever it was, you know, like, hey, and he followed me on Twitter, and then he mentioned my name, and then I got all kinds of other followers. When Mark Cuban retweeted me, I got literally, I think I picked up like 500 followers like that. I mean, instantly picked up that many. Like, this is crazy, man. I go live and like I've got all kinds of notifications going off on my phone and people hit me up. But anyway, so I just wanted to hop on for a few minutes. I know it's been longer than a few minutes, but I want to tell you that if you want attention from other people, you have to learn that it's not about you. They don't care about how great your MLM is. They don't care about how awesome of a person you are. They don't, I mean, they care, but they don't. You know what I mean? Like the old acronym WIIFM, what's in it for me? That's what people are walking around thinking. What's in it for me? I have a book coming out on October the 6th called Walls of Wisdom, Turning Pain into Profit. I want people to help me promote that. I really do. I want to become a #1 best-selling author. I'm going to reach out to Gary Vee just to see. You know, I'm going to ask Grant, hey, Grant plugged my book and me yesterday on his live stream, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. But like, you know, if you want the attention of other people, you've got to learn that you have to flow power to them first. It's the old biblical axiom, right? Give and ye shall receive. Give, give, give is actually a chapter in Grant's Sell or Be Sold, I believe. I think it's Sell or Be Sold, or is it the 10X rule? Whatever. He has a chapter called Give, Give, Give. If you give, you learn to give and flow to others first, then Chuck, I know you will, man. You're a rock star, dude. I appreciate you, man. You seriously are. There's Gus Scarlett. Is that Gus Scarless is in here? So like, listen, just learn how to flow power to other people, and help them grow, help other people grow, and then you will grow. Okay. And then you'll have followers like Gary Vee and Sean Hannity. I'm friends on Facebook with Allison Sweeney. She's been on The Young and the Restless. She's the host of The Biggest Loser, the blonde girl, the spokeswoman. I'm friends with her. I'm friends with so many freaking unbelievable people, Denise and Michael Duff and Elena and Grant and John Hamlin and so many great people. And it's all because I have a good heart. I care about other people and I want to help other people. So when I see that Grant's doing a webinar, or he's doing the Growth Con, or he's doing something where I can, in my own little way, I can flow power to him. I can help him. I can get people to, you know, that's how I won the trip on Grant's jet. You know, he was doing a webinar. I forget which one. It might have been Millions over the phone. But he was doing a webinar. The seats were $49 each. And I decided one day to do a live giveaway on Periscope if you answered something correctly about them. And then, so I did that. And then I gave another one away because it was so exciting. And then, you know, the next day I'm like, I'm going to do it again. I gave another one away. And then, you know, within a few days, I was up to 5 or 6 seats, and I was literally logging into PayPal, paying the PayPal to Grant, and then calling his office and talking to Michael Bonnet or Todd Straw or Steve Spray or one of my buddies down there and saying, hey, and Michael Bonnet, man, he helped me a lot with that because he was my go-to guy. I was like, dude, I just gave another one away. He's like, you're killing me, man. And so he's going in and he's setting them up an account so they could attend the webinar. I ended up giving away, by the end, Grant was jumping on my streams and sharing it out. And you know, by the end, I had given away 14 seats to that webinar. Now, that's not much of an investment, not as a business owner, $700 for advertising, and got the kind of attention I got as a result of it. So at the end of the webinar, Grant gave away a trip on his private jet on 10X Airlines, and I won. And I think I won by default. I mean, nobody outgave me on that, you know, and there were other people that started doing it too. So like, it's really cool that like when you go out there and you're really helping people, you genuinely are helping people. Now, I kind of got addicted to the attention. I'm not gonna lie. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, but you know, I ended up winning that trip, and instead of the trip, I ended up flying down to Miami, and I got to spend 2.5, 3 hours with Grant and counsel just on my business and how to improve it and some of the things. So like, listen, it's not much of an investment to buy somebody a $50 seat to a webinar that could change their life. And I know that some of the people that I paid for their way to that webinar, it significantly, in a very positive way, impacted their lives. So if you want attention on social media, don't be, you know the word, don't be that guy that's like blowing up everybody's PM, private message thing, messenger or whatever. Don't be that guy. You know, if you have a flow already with somebody, you have somebody that you're already talking with, somebody that you're friends with, somebody that you've had communication with, then hey, it's okay once in a while to tag them and but like if I know Grant's, you know, running a promo, or Bob Berg, maybe Bob Berg has something going on, and here I am getting more messages. So, you know, Bob Berg has a thing going on, or Gary Vee, or, you know, whatever. If I want to get their attention, then I'm going to be the guy that promotes them the most. And trust me when I tell you this. Trust me when I tell you this. I mean, Chuck Studebaker tweets me and tags me every single day. Every single day. And he has for, I don't know, year and a half, something like that. Every day. I mean, literally 7 days a week, every single day, he puts out a motivational thing, and he tags me, and he tags Grant, and he tags Diamond Dallas. Who is it? I don't even, the professional wrestler. But you know, like Siri, and I know he just put a tweet out just now telling him to follow me, which is amazing to me. So like, to get attention, if you want attention, you got to give attention first. Give attention to the people that need your help. And if you think that you're too small to help Grant Cardone or Mark Cuban or John Hamlin or anybody, Matt Monero or anybody, you are wrong. You're wrong. Because I guarantee you, Matt Monero, for example, Matt Monero is the CEO of Commercial Fleet Financing. Matt Monero needs your help. And you say, well, how would Matt Monero, he's got a $100 million a year company, why would he need my help? Matt Monero needs your help because you or somebody you know drives a semi-truck or has a bulldozer or a, you know, big piece of equipment they need help financing. And that's where Matt Monero can help them. So you could be the connector. You could be the connector. Learn how to flow power to other people. Learn how to give. Learn how to help other people attain what they want in life. And Zig Ziglar said it best. If you help enough other people get what they want out of life, you, my friend, can have anything that you want out of life. And that's all I got for you tonight. Just wanted to hop on here. I want you to flow power to other people. Flow power to your customers. Take pictures, selfies, pictures with them. Flow power to them, like that guy, David Miner. David Miner, if you live in Florida, and I think probably just about anywhere, and your house was wiped out by the hurricane, and you just want to get out of it and you need some cash quick, you need to hit up David Miner, because David Miner, that dude, he's a client of mine too. We just built a funnel for him. But that dude, he can fix your problems like that. Like that. So listen, learn how to flow power to other people. You can help other people, man. I'm telling you, you can. Maybe you know somebody that has a house they're devastated and they need help and want to just sell their property and get out. David Miner, that guy right there, David Miner, he can help your people. He can help you. So learn how to flow power to other people. Learn how to help other people, and you will have anything you want out of life. That's all I got. Peace. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate all of you. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow night. Alex and I will be doing live funnel building again tomorrow night. Peace.